What is good, everyone? We're just going to skip the intro and get straight into it because we've got Star Citizen Live. We're a little bit light to it.
Absolutely. Me, Ed, and Luke.
But here we go.
Trying to improve the lore aspect of that someone, you know, might not have the right to defend the ship from an intruder or someone who's on board. It's like, well, I can't legally kill him because he's not got a crime stat, but it's like, you've not given permission to be there. So it's systems like that, and we work on a lot of those as well.
Let me just refresh that.
Which terror?
Yeah, I'm ready, and the other ones, and I'm always like zeroing on the ones that matter, that things we own, like hostility and lore, and then we're always just picking them up and sending them in, and the next day our embedded QA are just going through everything we found, and we're just always trying to improve those systems and make them better.
No, I'm actually really glad you said there's always this persistent kind of narrative out there that, oh, they only listen to the streamers, or, you know, we've thrown a lot of shade at Salty Mike today. We only listen to the streamers or the YouTubers or whatnot. So it's heartening. You know, I made a joke, but it's heartening to know that there are devs, individual devs who are still going to the internal forums and, you know, reading the things that people are.
My internet is. Hold on. Let's refresh again.
Really
So warm welcome to everyone, by the way. I've got my face on camera today. It's a bit of a rarity. We don't normally have it on cam. So hopefully my internet will stop being poo.
Sometimes I'm sat at home at the work desk eating my lunch. Probably shouldn't be at the my desk eating my lunch on lunch, but I'm scouring through Reddit myself and I'm just typing in race, and then if you said something that has the word race in your comment, I have probably read it in the last month.
That's cool. That's cool.
The good and the bad, you know what I mean?
You got proper boundaries, work-life balance.
I need to say a little alarm.
I just
stop reading.
Talk about Luke. I'd like to see this mentioned in his quarterly review.
It's just too interesting, though.
You get very personal about it. I remember I was watching a couple of streamers over Christmas Eve, playing Korea, and something broke, so I just remoted into work on Christmas Eve and was like, I'm gonna fix this.
Yeah, which is super hypocritical, because when I tried to do it, it's like I was looking, he's like, it's your holiday, get the hell out of here.
I can
I'm
be
like,
a hypocrite. I don't want all of them to do it, so I'm like, you know what, lads, have a rest. I'll do it.
I'm still spying on all the Siege stuff, and I'm not even working on that anymore. I just want to see what people's feedback are.
Yeah.
So if we learned anything this week, it's that game devs have poor work-life balance and fail to draw boundaries.
Or we build them, or we watch them.
No, it's heartening to hear that you're so dedicated. That sounded like one of those E3 things. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm honored.
it was a
Honored
pleasure
to
to be
be
on.
here.
to have you on the show.
Speak to all of
I just got to ask, who's on your water bottle real quick? Give him a shout out.
That's one of our QA, JV. So
Here, give me the water bottle.
Take it up to the camera.
Tom, do we have my close-up? Do we have my close-up?
our embedded QA have this kind of thing where they kind of keep screenshotting people during Microsoft Teams meetings, and one of our QA started editing that, and the emote is from.
That's awesome.
Couldn't be here, but he's on your.
He's there now.
All right, that's Elliot, Lars, Ed, and James, and I'm Jared. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, the mystery of the Elmses.
Oh, what's the mystery of the Elms is? Well, ladies and gents, that was actually quite refreshing.
Traveling the stars.
Are you traveling the stars? Exploring a galaxy.
Lonely, hungry work.
Oh, so which ones were they?
He's with you.
Wait, so I'm guessing the older dude with the coloured hair, that's the dad of the trio I was on about last night. 07 to you, by the way. It's very rare that we have a camera on. It's normally because I use snap camera because I look old as... I don't look good for my age. So what I've done is I thought I'd enable it while we're not playing the game.
Kelso.
I love these little player adverts and stuff. These are cool. That's really nicely made. That's really well made. I tell you what though, it was really fresh hearing that. Like, you know what we was talking about the other day? Like, it's fresh hearing all of them talk like that. It's nice. It's nice to see a bit of humanity in people. Because a lot of the time, you know what devs get and you like and everything.
To Earth's classic rally and Formula One traditions, pushing drivers and their teams to their absolute limit across some of the toughest terrains Stanton has to offer. Qualifying teams will push through
It looks lovely.
races located across the system from the isolated moons of Crusader to
Gotta check this, see how this is getting on 1 second stream.
each race. Pilots will control a featured vehicle from the rugged Drake Dragonfly to the lightning
This just looks so cool.
navigate perilous terrain and conditions as well as one another. Racers will face off on Magda, crashing through mountain passes and dusty valleys. Walla, where jutting cliffs and
Yeah, Waller's quite nice with all them gems on it. Look at it. It's awesome.
Cleo, where one wrong move means plummeting into a lunar sea. Racers will pick up individual wins across the races, but only the team with the highest overall standings can claim the title of Stanton 7's champion. Sign-ups begin soon. Get your crew together and join us for the Stanton 7.
That's cool.
You won't want to miss it.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. That is so cool. I love that. I love that.
And we're back. That was a little commercial for.
I love a little. These little models are so cool.
Thrown by our friends over at Atmo Esports. That's an old trailer from like 2 years ago. I went looking to find one, and the last one was 2 years ago. I have no idea if Bad Token is still their sponsor or not. If they're not, sorry. I wanted to promote the event, so I took the only trailer I could find online. So there you go. Before we get to our next guest, I want to start. I want to do a thing. I get messages on Spectrum and Twitter. People are always asking about the random stuff that are around us that make up our set. I want to take a minute to showcase something that you may not otherwise have noticed or whatnot each week. This week, I want to talk to you about this. Do we have my close-up?
Oh wow.
Hunter, the Star Citizen comic by Adrian Atisor. This is actually a fully illustrated comic.
Oh wow.
In the Star Citizen universe.
That is cool.
It's written and drawn by one of the OG Star Citizen backers, a guy named Adrian Atisor. This was produced in conjunction with Crash Core, a lovely org out of Germany. Shout out to Crash Core. And it was originally printed up and given away at our Gamescom 2015 event. You can see the Colm Cathedral here depicted in the futuristic year of 2945. So these very limited. Can't get them anymore. I'm amazed mine still survives, but it's very close to my heart. And
I'm not surprised. That looks cool as hell.
Motion here when I got hired into Star Citizen. So shout out to 80 if you're watching. I haven't talked to you in a while.
That's really cool.
Joining us on the show now, in the back half of the show, we like to.
Here we go.
We do all the information and the business in the front, and then we have the party in the back. We're essentially the mullet of Star Citizen. Joining us for the mullet is Robbie Elms. Say hi, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
Nick Elms, no relation.
No relation at all. No association.
So
Here we go, King.
and Nick, who are you and what do you do for CIG?
Well, I'm Nick Elms. I'm a creative director now responsible for the flight side of Squadron 42. And
I'm Robbie Elms. I'm the lead designer on Squadron 42, specifically the flight sections.
Gotcha. Now, this is where I do the big.
So, King, this is going to be.
We are not talking about Squadron.
So this is going to be a bit of a insight into what your team do, then, basically.
If you're upset, send your letters to Salty Mike. He's somewhere in Florida. You were on the show.
I love how they've been giving Salty so much.
Folks that we don't get to
So much slack.
to talk a lot of, but you have something unique amongst most people in at CIG. You are actually father and son.
yes, yeah, we are indeed. Yeah. In fact, we've started to work together. Probably was it 2011 or something like that.
Yeah, 2010.
So
Yeah.
been working together for 12, 13 years now.
Long time.
I'm going to ask Robbie this first. How is that? Are you okay?
The worst critic. The worst. No, it's good. It's frustrating at times, of course. It managed to turn me back into a teenager with a lot of the feedback, but little strops every now and then. Yeah. I see it's from a good place.
And Nick, how did you? Was it you who brought Robbie in? Did Robbie bring you in? Who got here first?
I got here first. I was working with Robbie, sort of going back to TT when we were doing the Lego games and things. And
oh wait, they worked on Lego games. That's pretty cool.
I'll bring him across here.
Well, I remember there was like no hope for me as like when I think I was 4. You got me a Sega Mega Drive. It's like here's X-Men, here's Street Fighter, get good, and just. No hope from there onwards. I got hooked on games, and it's.
That was my excuse for research, though. When you were a kid, used to come in, the Nintendo 64, play GoldenEye.
Well, that's it. That was my birthday present, and I woke up to him playing GoldenEye, and he's like a Bill Murray moment. Like,
that's amazing.
No one will believe you. Kind of.
That's actually a really really good background.
It's a meme.
Because the Star Wars Lego games are brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
But it's a meme online about that pause music. But that really was pause music it went harder than it had any right to.
Yeah, exactly.
I have many strong memories.
The watch and it says drop in.
Yeah, set to that pause music. So that's how that's where you got your kind of start and inspiration in gaming. Yeah. Nick, how did you of everything that you could do with your life?
Well, it started off working with Chris. We were kind of sort of just finishing school and just playing around with graphics on the BBC Micro. And he was.
So he's got a long-standing relationship with Chris.
I said to Phil and I, because we all like doing art. We all did art at school. He said, "Come, draw some pixels. Let's do some stuff on here." So we did that. All of a sudden, he's driving around in a really flashy car. And Phil and I looking at each other, going, "What's happened here?" And he's like, "Stole this game." And he's like, "Yes, what did this?" And
No, not internet.
So then we sort of cottoned on to this, and sort of Chris hung around for a bit, and then he went to Origin, and obviously the rest is history.
So you've been with Chris for a long time, then?
Yeah. Well, I went to training. I was sort of on the tech side, and I was training companies. I was one of the sort of only authorized Autodesk trainers of 3D Studio. So I was going around to games companies in the area, training their staff how to use 3D Studio. One of them was like a company called Rowan Software, which did a lot of flight simulator games. So I was teaching them how to build planes, and I kind of got, well, I can do this. I can do this for a living. So Erin came back to the UK, set up a studio.
I love his studio. This studio looks amazing.
That was me in the games industry from there on.
So that's you in the games industry, but you mentioned Chris and you in school, and your association with Chris goes far back. Now this okay. We have to tread a little lightly because we forgot to tell Chris that Nick was going to be on the show today. So I'm gonna try to thread a needle here because I want to know about your early associations here. How far does your relationship with Chris go back?
I was going to say, I bet there's a load of company shit they have to go through to discuss what they're going through.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you gave me a heads up on that earlier because being put on the spot with tell me a story about Chris, I think could have ended with career suicide for me.
I would never do such a thing. Tell me a story about Chris.
One that hopefully won't get me fired, and I think anyone who's obviously seen Chris will probably attest to it's fairly accurate.
King, have you ever had a chat with Chris? Out of interest.
We used to play D&D. Chris kind of got bored with the wooden delivery from the DMs. You'd be in a room and somebody drove in on. He's like, this needs more immersion. Needs spicing up. So we got this idea to bring his friends in to do voices for the creatures. Writing a script. He's getting sounds like rain sounds and stuff, or wind sounds in the background, and he's having us all doing these crazy orc voices or dragon voices and things like that to play as a tape recorder while he's DMing.
Right, this is long before the internet, and there's all kinds of resources for that now. But
this is like I don't say how far back it is. Probably about 40 years back.
I'm gonna keep pushing. What kind of DM was Chris?
It was fantastic DM, but the thing is, I think it only went for about 3 sessions because it was so work intensive. like I said before, we were all quite good artists at school, so we're even drawing, concept art for environments and that, just to sort of like have the maximum amount.
Hey, what's good, 07 Scarecrow?
For this game, but yeah.
We're just watching Star Citizen live right now. We've got Chris. We got Chris and Robbie Helms on at the moment, who basically are associated with Squadron 42. But we're just finding out that he's known Chris Roberts for about. Nick's known him for about 4 years, so which is pretty cool.
You brought Simon into this, so let's go ahead and mention this. It's not just Robbie and
King, am I okay to say your relation with these two, or did you want to tell Scarecrow your relation with these two?
Throw a stone, you might hit
Financial
Helms
director.
on the floor.
well, I find I only run into Simon when I've done something expensive and bad. My only interaction with Simon has to come with like, you're building a spaceship. I'm like, hi, Simon. Yes, we're building a spaceship. Really? I'm like, yeah.
I feel I'm partly responsible for that as well, because I used to sort of steal his pocket money when he was a kid. So. Could go.
Are there any other Elmses here I don't know about?
Well, Jamie was here for a while.
My younger brother was QA for a summer, wasn't he? Before we exiled him to Australia.
And New Zealand. He's been in New Zealand for the last 5 years.
Didn't cut it.
So
I really want that helmet in the background in game. You know, the black and red one looks gorgeous. Not the cat ear ones, the other one. I love that skin color.
Since the UK studio opened
10 years nearly.
9 months. No, 9 years this month.
Yeah, you just had your 9-year anniversary. Yeah.
Wow.
What are your again? I've got this. You can't see it. But I've got the angel and the devil on the shoulders here, and there are things I want to ask and things I want to push for. Just this yelling in my ear, and I'm like, no, you need this place. You just moved to the other side of the world. Stay employed. When I ask what's your favorite story from your time here, you've been here 10, you've been here 9. What's the first thing that comes to mind? It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite, but when I ask that question, what was that first story that just popped into your head?
Jared's actually quite a good host, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, right, okay, I can show you now. So this helmet here, this one right here, I'm going to take a screenshot of it. I want this helmet in-game so bad. This color scheme is so nice. Right? This color scheme is so nice. Look at this. Right? Having that in-game would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want it so bad. Mate, you're a legend. Even if finding out the name of it, do you know what I mean? Because that could be, where he's on about the Med Runners the other day. Obviously, you got the Trauma Team. That could be the Combat Med Runners helmet. Like, I need to get a corporation uniform soon. You're a legend, King. Thanks.
Somebody had a ship inside the other ship. I can't remember what the ship it was at this point. And somebody just got the idea. What happens if we try to leave in the middle of quantum? And like everybody was like,
just watching Star Citizen live at the moment. It's really nice to actually see. You've been watching it?
No.
So these two guys are very important guys when it comes to Squadron 42. And the father and son.
Things and there's what they're intended
to do.
And there's what
is this live right now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. King, what's the name of it? I'll load up the pledge. So I'm just talking to streamer as well. What's the name of it on the pledge store, King? And I'll have a look.
Never forget is in the LA studio when we watched the first
Find me some Twitch.
assembly of the
Pardon?
Bishop Senate speech.
Yeah,
before CitizenCon 2015.
You on Twitch?
Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, if you click my name and then go to profile, you'll see the links in there. Or you could just look at the announcer live up.
Wow.
I just remember seeing like the hair start going up on the.
I'll give you a follow.
Cheers for the follow, bud.
I remember there's a that story. I definitely.
CCC Aves armor. All right, let's have a look. See if we can find it. Yeah.
Just going back to that moment. Stuff.
When Hannes' team got hold of it as well, they really did it justice.
That's a Terraria annual.
Got it. Thank you very much, bro. Oh, it's a Talon. What is it? The Talon armor and helmet set? No, it's not. It's the
that's pretty much
Avis.
Pretty much out of time. Nick, Robbie, thank you for.
This is nice.
Now with us, is there anything you don't?
Oh wow. Okay. That's the armor that I want now in game. 100%. That is lovely. For anyone in the chat, I'll post the link to the pledge store in the chat. Sorry, I'm talking over these guys in the video. Check that link out that I've just posted. That's the pledge store to the helmet that we just seen in the background. Love it.
It's amazing.
I think Salty Mike's had a bit of a rough time during
Yeah,
the stream.
we were saying before, yeah, you've been a bit
paid me
hammered.
a compliment once, so I've not forgotten that, Salty Mike. I've got a head of lettuce, whatever that means, but I'm going to take it as a compliment.
I got a head of lettuce.
I want to point out that my job is to make the shows. I host these things for like 1.5 hours every week. The other 60+ hours is done with all the things that go into me. I'm not a professional TV show host. So the moments where I just get stuck on something, hyper focus on something, I'll just drive them into the ground. I apologize to Salty Mike and any trauma or dismay that may be caused by you being bad. All right, so for Star Citizen, Nick, Robbie, thank you so much
amazing.
For taking your time to hang out with us. Folks watching, if you haven't already, be sure to check out yesterday's Inside Star Citizen.
Which we're doing after this video, by the way.
All kinds of stuff coming to Arena Commander. Some are in 3.18, the Dying Star fixes. The majority of what you saw is coming in a patch later this year. We can't quite predict where because we're still trying to get 3.18 out, and then that's going to affect all kinds of branching things and stuff. So we know it's coming. We just can't quite pinpoint where it is. But as soon as you know, we know. You will know.
I'm going to say it.
Tune in next week.
Feb 24th. That's I guess.
Journey to 4.0 special, which was an initiative we started back at CitizenCon last year. We have lovely Ian, the art director for Star Citizen Live, presenting to you the very first look inside building interiors. These are the new modular creations that are going to help us populate the commercial buildings of...
This is looking good, by the way.
Area 18, of Loraville, of Orizon, you name it. So stay tuned to watch that. And even Microtech actually have a side. Which one am I forgetting? The cold one. So yeah, so tune in for that next week on Inside Star Citizen. I'm Jared Huckabee. This is Norman. And we'll see you next week, everybody. Take care.
Amazing show today. Honestly, that was good. So if you have missed that, you will be able to catch it back on the YouTube channel for Star Citizen. So you'll be able to easily watch that back on there. What we're going to do now, though, is we are going to take a short break. I gotta go top this thing up. If you don't know what this is my my water vessel. Water bottle. No, it's my amazing coffee. I don't know why I'm showing it up there. The camera's not up there. It's got this lovely blue marbled effect on the inside. It's amazing. So, as mentioned, we are going to go and get a quick coffee. We should be about 2 minutes. And once we return, stay tuned because we are going to be watching the Inside Star Citizen. The last two, actually. We missed out on the last two. I say I missed out on it. I kind of watched some of the Arena Commander stuff yesterday on Miss Gabiz. Gabiz. Shout out to her, she's awesome. And basically, we missed a Lorville one. So, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. I had that chase on. I had the chase. I do a little bit of TikTok, yeah. I got you, don't worry. Tried to get me out of the way of it. Let's go get the bounty board after. Oh nice, you already got it. Need ammo. Birthday cake as well. Let's get these balloons. Down. Eliminated. Just gonna go get the bounty board. One down. We are back. So, as mentioned, we are now going to go and have a look at the Star Citizen inside video. That was very loud there. Now, this, let me just pause the music. This is going to go into a little bit of detail around Arena Commander. So if you don't know what Arena Commander is, it's kind of like the spaceship only minigame practice mode. It's basically a flight only mode within the game. You've probably seen it on the actual menu when you launch into Star Citizen. It's one of the three modes that are sitting there. So you got persistent, you got Arena Commander, and then the first person shooting mode. So without further ado, let's start inside Star Citizen.
Star Citizen's dogfight module was first discussed as far back as 2013, showcased at PAX East in 2014, and released to the world as Arena Commander in June of that same year. And since then, it's had an update here and there, but it's been a long, strange trip set under the shadow of larger endeavors like Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe. And recently, the new Arena Commander feature team was formed. A small but dedicated force of names and faces you might recognize, determined to give the oft-forgotten dogfight module some much-needed TLC, and a new roadmap of features that continues later this year and continues beyond.
The Arena Commander feature team is actually the team that is in charge of, well, Arena Commander.
I'm going to give you the other chair one
It was actually owned within sort of the vehicle pillar of the company, and we hadn't had yet a team dedicated to it. This was actually the first game that we had rolled out, the first module, and we had called it the Dogfight module. And from there on out, it has now become Arena Commander. So very important for sort of the hardcore player base that is really, really into especially PvP sort of scenarios. That is really the main place and the main reason why Arena Commander
This chair's a little bit more comfy.
and why it's really important for the company. Now,
it is a lot
in the
lower.
pandemic, we stopped working with Firesprite, so that, of course, had to change plans a little bit. There was those among Firesprite that still wanted to continue to work with Arena Commander, and they had come over to work for us at CIG, and those include, you know, Duncan Bunting. Woo! Now, this was important that we were able to put together a plan that would leverage all the art, all the access to content that we've got from Star Citizen, but be able to apply it within Arena Commander without having to remake everything. Also being able to leverage already game modes that exist to improve them in a much, much better quality of life way, and to be able to set us up to be able to scale Arena Commander into new content. And most importantly is as we come to Death of a Spaceman, there's going to be things that you want to be able to test out without having to risk your life.
Yeah.
We can't just maintain the mode. We want to improve it and to re-excite people about it. So basically, me and Duncan, we came together and came up with a plan for this year and for next to be able to do that. And we broke that into a couple stages. And one of those stages we want to talk about today as it's imminent.
Okay, okay.
So Arena Commander, through the years, kind of hasn't had much love as, like, say, the PU Persistent Universe. You know, in the beginning, it was all hands on deck, get that multiplayer, get that system flowing. And then a lot of the resources kind of moved off of that, including myself. I went straight to working on vehicles for the Persistent Universe. So Arena Commander was kind of always that background game where you can play a certain thing, but it was kind of stale in the sense that nothing new has come. What you have now is kind of what we had when I originally played. In fact, when I originally worked on Arena Commander, a lot of those same systems, when I went back to it now, are still there. So it's a lot of the old stuff, which works great, but it's not up to our today's standards.
So as flight modes have changed, we haven't updated the race mode. As combat modes have changed, we haven't really updated the swarm modes. As PvP has changed based on features, we need to keep up with that within Arena Commander. And that's a big reason why I think people don't play it, is that it has become...
It's a shame because the music they got in the background is a little bit too loud, I find.
...somewhat disconnected from what Star Citizen and the Persistent Universe is. And it's imperative that as a simulation to that it is closer and more accurate to what's going on there, and thus means it has to keep up.
So we've always had these big ticket items, things to aim for, big flagship game modes and such. So with the small team that we've got, our focus and this presentation that we put together when the team was first formed was a revival of Arena Commander, a 3-step process. And the first step that we're experiencing early this year is laying the foundation, where we're replacing a lot of the old, kind of worn, very old code, old data with new updated stuff, so that we can apply new features, new quality of life things, and really bring Arena Commander up to what the quality that you'd expect from Star Citizen.
I've never been in Arena Commander, never. Not
So
something
where do
I'll
you
give it a
start
go.
when you want to plan something like this and break up those stages? Well, you start at the start. You start at first impressions. So nobody wants to build what I like to call a castle in the sky. You've got to start by laying foundations and the very first impression of what people are experiencing within that game. So with that comes the front end.
The front end connects everything. It's our lobby system, it's how we get into matches, it's how we connect with friends, it's how we even make our private matches, which we'll have later this year.
One of the most important things that we're going to be able to do is remove all of the flash out of the front end. Now, this is a very, very legacy piece of technology that we had relied on for many years.
Wait, they still have
Of course,
Flash?
years, and as the community might be aware, we've already changed over to an internal system called building blocks. What we'd like to do is bring our entire front end up to building blocks. We've brought portions of it, but not Arena Commander at all.
First iteration is going to be a focus on functionality, and we'll be iterating patch to patch to add more things that players have been asking for a number of years.
Yeah, so we're changing all this front end to make it very easy to...
Battle Royale.
Match.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. There's a Battle Royale mode in Arena Commander. I did not know this. I did not know there's a battle royale mode.
To make it very easy to configure and get into matches quickly.
The next step is I want to combine.
Hey King, a shout out to you there. Look, you see that? Oh, I thought it was you. I thought that I said King. Sorry, bro. I'm getting you confused. Then
I want to combine Star Marine and Arena Commander into one menu item, which is
That's it.
Arena Commander. Now, nothing's really
Star Marine.
We've only just given you one button to go into an interface that you still have all the same access that you would have. So you don't have to go into a specific Star Marine sort of front end that would only get you to the given map, or then a specific Arena Commander front end. You go into the Arena Commander front end and you have access to Star Marine game modes.
Honestly, that looks awesome.
You have access to Arena Commander game modes,
07, by the way.
Access to all the race modes and race maps.
Now, we're not taking away the Star Marine brand. That's still going to be the maker of these FPS games. But what you'll find now with this new front end is it's all under the Arena Commander simulation module.
So this is really important for us for that first impression. So that one, people know the sheer amount of content and stuff that's actually there. But second, we're also able to update it as time goes on.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
For the past number of years, we've been slowly refactoring some of those old systems to bring them up to date so that we can add new features easily. One example would be the spawning module, which Mark Aben is currently working on.
There's huge potential in Arena Commander. We just have to fix what's there. Potential as in being, Arena Commander's a fast-paced action-based. We get you into the game quick and easy. And if we fix some of the issues like when, loadout customization is a huge one.
Ship loadouts, selecting your ship's rentals, etc. are a little bit cumbersome, and it's not very easy to do things like find other players for the game modes that you want on the servers that are going to be the best experience for you. So what we are planning to do is to make that experience a lot more user-friendly, so that you could instantly select your ship, select your players, select the game modes that you want to, and then find a worthwhile adversary in game modes that are head-to-head, or find other teammates that will help you achieve your goals in the cooperative game modes.
I want people to be able to get together to play this game in a very, very easy way. So that whether that is things like friends and lobby support, whether that's things...
This is a knife battle.
Which is an imperative thing. We've got to get over to building blocks so we can implement private matches back for you guys, which you've asked for quite some time here.
Since we're also revamping a lot of our core systems, one of the things we want to change was this thing called a ban list. A long, long time ago, we have this kind of list of things that say you can't use this in Arena Commander, or you can't use this ship in Arena Commander. One of the biggest things we changed is make it very tagged based in a way that design can go, if I want to use this ship and this ship in this mode, I just have to tag these things and bam, it's used for that mode.
Okay.
So we want to give tools to design to say, you could use this, you can use this, and we can add an item or a weapon in a few seconds rather than a few minutes.
What we don't want people is
Honestly,
guessing
look, I'll
or
show you, but I
having to
know
dig
what
around
you're saying.
to figure
Right?
out what it
His
is they
cock's
want
a
to be
little
able
bit
to do.
skinny.
We want to guide them through that. So it's really important that we do make those front-end updates so that our first impression and our foundations are sound
Mate,
within
wait,
this
you
game.
haven't seen anything yet. You haven't seen anything.
One of our maps within Arena Commander is Dying Star. So, building better battles, as
show you
Jared
my
likes to
flat
put it. How are we going about that? Well, there was a couple updates. We had already made quite a large visual update, even during the pandemic, and as partnered with the legacy team. But now with the internal team, we wanted to take some further steps.
So last year, Dying Star underwent a
Dying Star looks cool.
Update, and it was quite visually stunning.
That is gorgeous.
Artists worked very hard on that. Unfortunately, the things that made it very, visually interesting, made for not so great gameplay, especially in the arena of combat. One of the major issues that we got from our community is that it was just too bright, and so you couldn't see where you were going or where.
Oh, it's a star.
Gameplay-wise, we kind of missed the mark. There was a lot of heavy fog, things that made players actually motion sick. So we got a lot of feedback from the community, and we addressed those things straight away as soon as we came on board with the Arena Commander feature team.
Some of the things that we did to fix it were to reduce the opacity and the density of the really bright yellow gas cloud that is predominant in the level. That greatly helped to reduce the overall brightness of the level.
He went into the map, he reduced the density of the fog, size of the particles, and the way that the light affects the player's visor.
There were some performance issues with the level itself, and that was a result of some of the actual space station assets being used to generate the space station that was in Dying Star. And so our engineers discovered that there was actually AI within the closed-off hangar. Since they had no place to go, it caused a little bit of havoc in those levels.
How did you feel the first time you heard about the AI?
When I heard the AI, I was like, well, that explains it.
While it's completely invisible to the player, it really tanked our FPS.
So while these first Dying Star improvements that you're seeing are mainly performance related and visuals as well, we'll be coming in right behind that with some exciting gameplay improvements that you guys should stay tuned for. Oh, geez, that's maybe too much. Was that too much?
Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
Two sort of core gameplay elements. I talked about sort of the fight, and then that's maybe too much. Was that too much?
Missed it.
Too much. Was that too much? Gameplay improvements that you guys should stay tuned for. Oh, geez. Find that with mainly performance related and visuals as well. We'll be coming in right behind that with some exciting gameplay improvements that you guys should stay tuned for. Oh, geez. That's maybe too much. Was that too much?
All right.
I talked about two sort of core gameplay elements. I talked about sort of the fight, and then I talked about FPS. But what I haven't really addressed is racing, which is flight, period.
Racing is a dangerous sport, especially when you've got 6 degrees of freedom, you're flying around a hunk of a ship, you're probably going to die. So to
Just going to turn webcam off, I'm having a cig.
Commander.
Our race mode in Arena Commander is one of those modules that were kind of built in the early days when I started working here. And a lot of the core infrastructure is roughly the same of what we had originally.
So the New Horizon maps, they've been in since the implementation of racing, and they've been pretty much untouched. There's been some bug fixes, some quality of life improvements.
We hadn't updated those race maps in a long time. A great example was, you know, the current race map that was in place, it looked like it was an atmosphere, but the way it actually flew was as if we were completely zero-G.
Wow.
What we've done now is we've got the real planet, Green 3 of the...
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Holiday-like planet, where the races will now take place in atmosphere where they should be.
So they any of the benefits we get from the racetrack being on a real planet, such as gravity and atmosphere.
Saber Raven.
The race now.
This is amazing.
You can fly down.
You can fly down to the planet if you want. You're not going to complete the race. So our Arena Commander team is very small. We actually don't have artists, but one place that we have countless number of locations, incredibly beautiful locations, is the PU. It just makes sense. Take those locations from the PU and put them in Arena Commander.
Yeah.
Some might think that might be a difficult task. It's actually not. The designers have worked out a perfect workflow along with Mark, making some adjustments to how we spawn object containers, and we're able to take PU locations into Arena Commander pretty fast.
Right now I'm working on is taking racetrack from the PU and transferring them into the Arena Commander. So what I do is basically, with the PU getting racetrack, I would take those racetracks, and with the new race refactor that we have, I can transfer them into the Arena Commander.
Whatever you see in PU is what you see in AC.
That's amazing.
So whenever we make improvements to things,
Look at reflections.
that you see in PU, we get the benefits of those improvements. The big benefit is, though, that since they are equal, you get to practice in AC the skills that it takes to become a quick racer and really excel at those tracks without the consequences of like permanent death.
So we can do that for racing, we can do that for FPS combat, we can do that for dogfighting locations like Jericho Station, which will also be coming with this patch.
Oh, wow.
Now, there was some inspiration that was brought definitely from the community, and you know, myself and Duncan had seen a lot of the messaging that was out there. There was a super active community within racing, and they were basically setting up all the new structure for themselves. And it always seemed to be like a very obvious thing that we could do to support this was to be able to bring PU level type content and tracks into Arena Commander to fulfill that content. And since the time that we had made racing so many years ago, we've since gotten planets, we've since gotten atmospheric flight, we've gotten a bunch of different flight modes. So racing needs to keep up with basically the rest of the game. To make it relevant to everything that's going on within the Persistent Universe, we need to bring Persistent Universe locations, especially great racetracks, that the
We're going to have to do this when 318 gets released. We are 100% having to do this.
So that we can deliver that to you in a more concise 30-minute session that you could do that practice with, but it'd be completely relevant.
We got the new short up, by the way.
Of the Persistent Universe. So we take those locations into Arena Commander so that those are much more accurate and much more relevant to what you're doing.
Overall, I'm so happy with the progress the Arena Commander team has made. We went from the very small team with a lot of passion, and we've got a pretty solid plan here on how we can revitalize Arena Commander throughout this year. We're going to be committed to improving Arena Commander throughout the year, throughout the next year. We're targeting 12 new racetracks, including the 3 you're familiar with from the New Horizons Speedway. We are adding a new dogfighting map, Jericho Station, and we are targeting a lot of quality of life improvements, reworks to some vital systems that you might not see changes on the surface, but they are vital behind the scenes for us to make more changes throughout this year.
So now you've seen what the Arena Commander feature team is up to, and we thought it was important that we came to the community and talked about our plans a little bit. Now, I've learned my lesson. I'm not about to give, you know, for out there dates or too much expectation in place, but we did want you to know what the plans are and that we are actively working on it right now. So you can expect that, you know, you'll see some great updates. And one really important thing that we've actually put in place as well is that we've discussed with our release planners. We've now got a separate patch notes for Arena Commander. So Arena Commander is going to be reported just a little bit alongside Star Citizen, but not embedded within the patch notes, so that it's a little bit easier for you guys to see exactly what's happened with the Arena Commander patch to patch. Because though we've talked about some specifics in this, there's lots of little things that, you know, aren't worth necessarily talking about on video, but bugs that are fixed that, hey, maybe bothered people for years that have been addressed since then. So we're really happy to be able to talk to you guys about what's going on with the Arena Commander feature team, and look forward to the rest of the year.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Arena Commander is finally getting the front and back end fixes needed to add more ships and return things like private custom matches. That the existing racing modules are finally getting remade with the same atmospheric physics as the PU. And that each one of the new PU racetracks will make their way into Arena Commander when the first new drop is released later this year. Now, don't forget that the Lunar New Year festivities are coming to an end, so don't miss out on your last chance to participate if you haven't already. And check out last week's Star Citizen Live for even more information about the upcoming Alpha 318, and then keep your eyes on the RSI website and socials for info on its forthcoming release. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all here next week.
Bye, Jared.
I went crazy with my hands last week. They said I had Chris hands.
I just love how deadpan he is when he looks into the camera, bless him. So, as a catch up into that one, we're now going to have a quick look at the Lorville Revisited.
It's a new year.
And then we're going to head off in the game.
For it, here at CIG, January is a time of planning, of summits, of getting together and looking back at how the plans and activities of last year went, to revise and inform the direction and processes of the one ahead. And to do so, all while still working diligently on Alpha 318, Star Citizen's biggest patch since 2017. One that will serve as future foundation for the Persistent Universe's development going forward. And to say it's a busy time in the studios at this moment would be an understatement. But it's also an opportunity for ISC to stretch its legs a bit like we always do. Maybe try a few new things here and there to take advantage of the first real big series of internal gatherings we've been able to have since the pandemic began, and continue to look at as many aspects of video game development as we can, while always doing our best to not get in the way of that very same development. And I'm sure the editors will tell me that was my longest single run-on sentence in ISC history. So this quarter, we can look forward to seeing a few teams that
I see what I mean with the hands now.
meet some that are newly formed
like,
for the needs
proper,
of
like,
the year.
yeah.
Continue to look farther forward than usual with our Journey to 4.0 specials, and of course, continue to look at work currently in progress for the next quarterly release, which is where we're going to start this week. Now, while Alpha 3.18 is still working its way through PTU, let's jump ahead to a little of what's on its way for Alpha 3.19 after that, where during a recent environment team summit here in the UK,
Oh man,
we had
this next
members from our Montreal studio to discuss the next evolution of crashed derelicts making their way into the persistent universe.
So this is amazing. This is actually amazing.
Favorites in multiple stages of decay, and the addition of modular habitation units that will soon allow for the continued creation of new mission locations, from the tiniest of barracks to the most impressive of shantytowns.
This looks amazing, by the way.
Derelicts are important because it's adding content, enriching the experience for the player.
Wait until you see the 600i crash. It's beautiful.
It's like telling a story as well as the actual piece of a derelict that's there.
The derelicts who are in the game right now are super nice. I'm super happy about them. We have really nice shapes. We can really feel the scale. When we walk, you can see
They're
how
cool.
big they are.
They're really cool.
They're impressive from a distance. The rustic feel, the abandonedness, these big, enormous, impressive shapes and silhouettes that you get to explore.
Having all the vegetation growing up on them bring really a second life, and it's super interesting to see that bring kind of adventure side of all those things, a mysterious side.
Indiana Jones kind of style, this exploring, discovering.
This is the best bit about it. It's like
to experience, to go back.
I think they cover it off in a little bit later in the video. So you've got a ship. It's crashed. It's hit the ground. It's on fire. You come back several hours later, or several days later, and the fire's gone out. You come back a few weeks or a month later, or however long later, and vegetation has started growing on the ship. Like you can see here, look. So this one's been here for a little while. I think little attention to detail like that is going to make the immersion go through the roof with Star Citizen. It's one of them things where I was having a chat with someone last night about this when we were playing, and yeah, I can't explain it. It's just
enjoy the derelict.
Next level.
I think we can improve the speed to create those because they are really big location. We need to have
look at that,
artists working on those because it's really a huge amount of work to work on those one, and we want to create 100 of them everywhere on different planets and moons.
Adding more of the because we have OCs, so dressing them up immediately instead of hand placing all the rocks, the foliage, and all the visual elements separately by hand. We should make actually nicer modules that are already pre-assembled and most of the stuff is already contained in it.
Out of your ship.
So that way we can deploy it, spend a bit more time on detailing, just an extra pass, an extra level of depth to the art.
Look down and
what I like the most on the new ship we create a deeper story about those crash sites with the Star Runner crashing on the planet and having the 600i just crashing on the mountain just by. We can just think about maybe they got a fight on the sky and they get hit and the boat get crashed just by themselves.
We really set out to add different variations of age to our ships.
The announcer.
So we have the freshly crashed ships, the older ones that the planet overgrown over, and we have the very derelicts as just a skeleton of the ship that's remaining. Really just the frame of the actual ship that's just abandoned and rusted out.
The first ages of the derelict crash site is the fire one. That's mean it's when the ship just crashed, it's still on fire. We still have power in it. We still have sparks. The second age is crash. So that's mean the ship is just...
That looks awesome. That looks awesome.
Maybe just a week after that. So no fire, no smoke anymore. No power inside the ship, no sparks.
Yeah, here you go. This is a bit that.
Is the biome, it's overgrown. It's when the biome just take its place back. We're going to have more sand on it, we're more dirt, we have grass, going to have leaves and vine growing up on it.
The fourth.
Hey, what's good, guys?
Is the paint's been worn off. It's been in the...
You guys seen this? The new derelict stuff that's coming?
It's scratched up.
Have a look at the webcam.
It's been overgrown.
It's amazing.
People have visited the ship and it's missing pieces, panels, so a lot of wires are hanging. It's been used, it's been harvested.
Yeah, so that's what we're just on about now. So like, say for example, I shoot your 600 die down. At first it will be on fire, and then the fire will go out. And if it's left there for a long time, vegetation starts growing on the ship.
We're looking at
and these are the new outposts.
Create these little settlements.
So you'll be able to...
We create those library because we want to reuse all those hubs on different ship and create the different stories and depth.
This is 319, what we're talking about here.
And who is going to leave.
So I'll put the audio in a little bit for you. So just tell me if it's too loud.
Interiors, we have some that is just for like sheltering from the sun, from the harsh conditions of the...
Look at that.
We have some that's just for like for sleeping. Ooh, there's some that have like little bars, little setups inside.
So you'll be able to have a party with your friends in these little outposts and shit.
Meet up.
There you go.
Some other ones are just for like electricity generation. We have solar panels on some of them.
When people...
It's things like this that are going to turn it into an actual MMORPG.
Part and create some kind of habitation because they want to live around those crash sites to be able to protect themselves for the weather.
If you haven't watched today's live by Star Citizen, I'd recommend going back and watching it out. It actually was quite refreshing hearing a lot of the devs
the new derelict
talking and actually
the old ones as well,
enjoying bugs, which was weird.
Pretty flexible in terms of look because we can change up the wear and tear on these things, so we can add different ages to them.
Well, what they were saying is, like since Pez has come in, so for example, the elevators they were talking about, right? So the guy, I can't remember his name, it was the guy that leads it, but he's fixed the elevators, right? So entities fixed, everything like that. Before Pez, he could go restart the server and it'll be fixed forever. But the problem is, because of Pez, the old entities persisting. So, like, it's really difficult for him to do... Yeah, it's really difficult for him to do dev work at the moment. But it's more enjoyable for him. So...
Them look extra rusty, or we can look like pretty much brand new, like they just...
This just looks amazing.
And made these little huts out of the panels and stuff.
Because that's one thing I think this game needs is more exploration. Being able to just fly and be like, oh, what's that? And then go down there.
Suit into either snow, sand environments... different weather into the jungle.
Like someone actually turning a reclaimer into a habitation area. Yeah, like here, look at that.
And everything.
So the idea was to finish our library in the last years. So now with the next mandate, with the next delivery crash, we'll be able to create all those.
That armor is really nice as well.
On different planets. So that will bring more gameplay and more opportunity to the player to just go around.
So can you imagine eventually when they get base building and everything put into it? So you got your, what's the Argo ship called? Not the Mole, the other one. Raft. The Argo Raft, right? So that carries a big container units on the back of it. Say we're all in the co-op together. I send you out because we need a new greenhouse, right? Or something like that. This is what some guy was talking about with me last night. So I send you off to go get a greenhouse. You go get your Argo Raft. You pick up the actual greenhouse module. You fly it over to our base and you have to drop it in position. And then you fly off again. So you're going to get people deliver it. Like, it's literally going to be like real life. You know, like if you ordered a shed for your back garden, someone comes, they drop it off. It literally will be like that. And a lot of people are worried about what Starfield's going to do to the game. And I think it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to make them get their arse in gear, or it's going to make them get their arse in gear, right? Neither is Squadron 42. So, yeah. Well, if we take all precedence away from it and just look at them as two space games, basically, their game, without saying too much, what you've read in the articles is 100% true. There is 100 flyable 2 systems that you can land on every planet like Star Citizen. But where I think the problem's going to come in for Star Citizen is, like with Skyrim, one of the most heavily modded games in the world, right? Multiplayer mod came out for it. So that's where I think it's going to make them realize they need to do some more stuff, especially seeing the environments and everything in Starfield. Again, what you've I can't say too much, but what you've seen in the videos is playable as of right now. But this is just a different level. This is like...
And if there's one constant in game development, that's change. Or in this
kind of, yeah. Imagine Star Wars Galaxy's kind of base building. I reckon it will be like
populate the planets and moons of Stanton and Pyro with not only the derelicts and shanty towns that we saw, but our landing zones like Lorville. Now,
yeah, here we go. Lorville 2.0.
Lorville
This is going to be cool.
4.0 segment at CitizenCon 2952. But while we had the folks in town, we thought it'd be worth checking in on
It's going to be so good.
while they were here.
Be able to fly around the city in your Argo cargo, treating it like Fifth Element.
I'm starting to think this new version of our oldest landing zone might just arrive a little sooner than expected.
So it might arrive a little sooner than expected, is what they said, right?
Lorville 2.0, a lot of things have changed. It has evolved. The key element that changed is the detail level of all the elements. And I explicitly like to mention the buildings. So there's details that really...
It just looks more lived in, doesn't it? Wow.
Outskirts really give the impression of the scale of the city. It will be iconic. Our materials are much more closer to a final look. We were going to a path of adding more tints and variety in color to the buildings and the surrounding structures, as well as adding a lot of emissives throughout the city, and that gives like a good impression of the day and the night cycle.
Yeah, look at that day-nighttime cycle. Wow.
The branding is very Hurston family centric, like they're very brutalist in a way, and yeah, it will be iconic.
Yeah, I love that. It'll be iconic. It will be.
First pass into final, sometimes we have to break a bit of stuff because as we're finding out the correct scale of the buildings, validate how it looks and how it works together, and realize certain things need to be aligned differently. You have to go into and remove some buildings or rearrange some neighborhoods to make them fit together in a more cohesive way. There's things being
Look at that for graphics.
There's
Did you see that? That was gorgeous. For like, I don't know if that's
buildings or
screen space, ambient oculation, or you know, SSR or whatever. But that's beautiful.
There's things beyond like the new buildings. There's new pathways. There's the trenches. There's some.
I'll show you something when I launch in game after this video. I can make your Star Citizen look 10 times better right now for you.
Comes from Eric's concept, and we've added tunnels to those. There's cranes, and they create an opportunity to fly on the.
Oh, set your quality. Yeah, quality always very high. That's the only one that works.
There's a way of finding your way into Lorville with all these things that we've added, and it has like a really fun structure, easy ways to find where you're at.
Just the lights on the building just add so much change.
Especially on the building rooftops, they create opportunities for gameplay, for pickup missions, and for the future of building interiors as well.
Yeah, for the future of building interiors, you'll be able to. So basically, the way I understand that is, if you ever played a MMO called Matrix Online, where you could literally go into pretty much any building, right? You could go into a building, go up to the top, come out on that landing pad, and have your buddy pick you up after you've been chilling in that building, whether it's got like a swimming pool in there, whatever might be in that interior, and then your buddy will come across and pick you up. Oh man.
The city is quite expanded So it's extending much further in terms of like the industrial areas that we've added.
Yeah, the industrial areas. This is going to be really nice.
They feel like they have a purpose. They have like a...
Yeah, so basically, that bit there. So imagine one of these has got the greenhouse module in. You come over in your Argo raft, you pick it up, and then you fly it back to your buddy's base. Right? Oh,
They feel like they have a purpose. They have like quarries.
It's coming.
They have like
it's coming.
Lines. They have like industry.
Oh, it'll be a little bit better now.
They lead up to the city. It feels functional. There's like smokestack.
Imagine what you can get in your hand, but on a ship.
And it makes like a fun layout. We've experimented with moving L19 or the CBD or the spaceport in relationship to each other. We barely moved them. We've only moved like...
The first stage is cargo refractor, so you can actually move a cargo on a ship.
That's not a lot in the whole scale of the city. What you'll see from the vistas from those places is going to be really a big positive change, I think. And it's still something we're tweaking and working on because we really want to make those work like key shots, basically, for those vistas.
What ship you in?
Travel through the city is not
hammerhead, yeah, gonna be a bit slow.
Changing, other than the fact that the transit to the gates will be a bit extended, but the view from the transit.
Oh wow, look at that.
A lot different in a good.
That's the train.
Less repeated. You feel more like you're in a real city, and we'll take like a special care along like the path of the train.
Sorry. Area 18, you can jump onto the top of it. Down there, there's a point where it comes over near Andromeda.
Key to changing Lorville is the opportunity to have like a whole city built to scale, so that we can fly in and there's no zones that.
This is going to be the biggest change, by the way. Listen to this.
So that we can fly in and there's no zones that are blocked to the player. Different view.
So you will literally be able to fly everywhere.
And it's preparing also the ground for the future updates, like the building interiors, because the original buildings in Lorville were much too small to have buildings and building interiors in the future. And you're gonna hear more about the building interiors in a few weeks.
It's...
So what
if you gotta go over Crusader, that's where most of the service beacons are, to be fair. So it'd be worth going over there.
More and more locations are added to the standard system in the upcoming Alpha 3.19. That progress on the new Lorville isn't just looking great and coming along fast, it's also in preparation for its own next evolution that includes building interiors, which, as Maxime said, we'll be discussing in just a couple weeks. And overall, this week is a reminder that iteration is at the heart of games development. And that while the new and
so we're going to be putting building interiors in very soon. We're going to get a bit of a inside look at that
to ensure the better after. And as for the right now and Alpha 3.18, well, that's still going through its paces on our public test universe. But you should keep an eye on the robertspaceindustriescom website and socials for when this huge mammer jammer of a patch takes its next big step. And while we're all waiting, stop leaving all those crashed spaceships littered around all the new racetracks. We didn't add persistence just to let you all make messes. Well, some of us might have. Benoit definitely did. Now, don't forget that Lunar New Year is also going on right now on the live servers with contests, paints, envelopes, and roosters galore.
I think it's X. It's B or X.
Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all here next week.
I believe it's B or X for staggered. Might be B when you're in a light turret. Right, guys and girls, we are going to go for a short break after watching that. And we will be back with, well, when we're back, we'll be back with some Star Citizen. So, yes, yeah, we're going to go and get another coffee. And then once we're done with that, we're going to get launched into the game. Don't know how it's going to do with a webcam today. We'll give that a go. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, BRB.
Liberty, ingenuity, equality. These ideals connect each and every one of us across this vast empire of stars. As such, I want you all to meet the 2952 Cutter from Drake Interplanetary. Oh yeah. This ship embodies those ideals that we are truly democratizing spaceflight.
Who needs to hire talent when the aerospace CEOs are dying to get on camera? Hey, Jimmy?
It's all about the hard-working people of the UEE. That's why we're excited to sponsor the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952. See you in Stanton.
What in the unholy hell? They think I'm dead? Unbelievable! Bob! I cannot believe that they moved on without me. After everything I did for them. Would a call have killed them? Oh, hey, Jax, do you want to come back, host the show? I'm sorry, Jax can't take your call because he's dead. Bob! Bob, now, I need to take the Corsair.
Good one.
Now, I came out here to get inspired, and I've just been hanging around, tending to my garden, and pillaging and plundering with you lot.
Are you talking to me?
You don't understand, Bob. My bosses have killed me off screen. Yeah, I've got to get back to Stanton. Is this ship flight ready?
Whoa! Whoa, Jax! You can't have my ship.
Oh, come on, Bob, you owe me. You stole my Odyssey right when I got to Pyro.
But you stole it back.
And crashed it.
And crashed it.
Well, fair point. Did the boys already chop that new Drake cutter?
No, I told you I'm keeping that one. I kind of like it. Handle's nice.
Hello and welcome to Star Citizen,
No.
where bugs are features.
Just sitting there.
You know what, Jax? Fine. If it'll keep you out of trouble for a while, you can borrow the cutter.
Thank you, Bob.
I said borrow.
Thanks, Bob.
Jax!
Bye.
Don't fly angry!
Right. Are we on? Okay, right. Jax McCleary here. Obviously, I'm not dead. Just thought you should know. Looks like we're going back to Stanton. Here we go! Okay. Throttle's over here. Interesting. That does make a little bit more sense. Okay. Here we go.
Is it on?
I don't know.
Yeah, guys! It was right where he said it was! And to think, we tracked your little Drake ship here to kill you!
That's what we did it for. Guys, I do know my way around an 890, and shouldn't your hideout say derelict origin super? I may as well take advantage, so...
Come on, Jax! Stay for a treat!
It's kind of you, really. It is kind, but I've got to get back to Stanton, so I'll just say bye-bye.
We'd love to have you for dinner.
What did I say?
Whoa! No need to resort to fisticuffs to decide whose Aegis ship is the better. No! For crying out loud! Go get in your damn ships! Come on! Let's take it to the tarmac, shall we? All right then, friends. Gladius versus Saber. Let's settle this thing once and for all, sans violence. I mean, I used to do this kind of thing on my show all the time. Are they ready? Sounds good! See, we've arranged a tower of barrels for each ship to blast. Each ship has the standard factory loadout. So let's see how that Gellinson Mantis GT220... Oh! I think maybe we should get out of here. Never flip the cutter. Oh, there it is!
I'm here. My name is Orion, but you can call me Master. I really don't mind.
Sunshine fading from your stare. Sometimes it's better not to care. And I can see your smile is withered. One more autumn leaf is drifting on the wind. Innocence is wasted, and I'm so sorry that you never can replace it. The darkest road ahead, you're gonna have to face it, 'cause I can't always be there. I'm so sorry that you never can replace it. The darkest
That's affirmative, Commander.
Yes, sir? Hello, I'm Orion. I'm here to assist you with the ship's systems.
Right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are gonna try and launch into the game with the webcam on. Now, it might stutter because it's gonna use a lot. Snap camera uses a lot of my like GPU. So yeah, hopefully it works. Hopefully it doesn't. So we'll just wait for it. You know you can play in VR at the moment, right? Nope. Nope. If you got a Quest 2 or any other headset, there is a way you can play VR. It gives you a head on the stick, so if you ever played Elite Dangerous with VR with Elite Dangerous, it's kind of like that. And it is amazing. It's not disabled because I did it 2 days ago. And yeah, it is really good. You have to have a decent PC for it because you have to run like... On mine, I've only got a 2060, so when you tell the PC to create a custom resolution of 2400 by 1000, kind of struggles a little bit. So it's like... But yeah, if you want to see it, I'll show you quickly here. Let me just grab this over. Let's show you this VR stuff. Like I say, I don't know how well it captured it because of the PC specs, but I'll show you how it looked anyway. And so what I was doing is I've just used a Quest 2, and then I use a bit of software that you buy on the Quest 2 called Virtual Desktop. Don't get the Steam edition, get the actual one on the Quest 2 store. And then that turns the Quest 2 into a PC wireless VR headset, right? So then when you get into VR... is well nice. So I'll show you it here. So it basically treats it like a track IR. So this is what it looks like here. And then I think, was this the one where we launched into it? I can't remember. So this is now me trying it with a custom resolution and everything. I think, not that one. Which one was it? I can't remember which one it was. Never mind. But yeah, just go on YouTube and type in Star Citizen VR, and the guy that you saw, he's literally got a video of like a virtual reality walkthrough of a Drake Corsair, and it is... When you're actually playing it, it is really good because you literally feel like what you're seeing on the screen is your eyes. So when I turn my head, it's actually... I can't explain it. It's so cool. It's not full VR, but kind of VR. You know what you need to do, don't you? You need to tell him to download Star Citizen. And then he'll be doing it 12 times in an hour. Remember, if you press Alt-C, that will point you back to your heading forward. If you're in a turret. So, like, if your pilot says he's in front of us, then it will do that. Right, I'm going to shoot off, guys. Have a good time, and we'll see you soon. Right, okay, stream. So we are going to now get into the verse. Let's see how it goes. Like I say, I think the game might lag just a little bit because of my processor being a bit poopy, which it is doing right now. 4096, so we'll just do a few setting changes. SSDO 0 and R_4 256.
Flight assist off.
There we go. So welcome everyone that has joined us. Thanks for joining in on today's stream. Start off by watching Star Citizen live and then going into some other elements of the previous. You got the door, bro? Yeah, you going first. You going first. We'll see how and what we can get up to today. Completely forgot where is that microtech. A moment where it's like, oh, I've not been here for a while. Like I say, we'll see how bad it is with the... do you know what? We're going to just turn off the camera because I want to make sure that we got better gameplay.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers. Careful, doors are now closing.
Alright, let's get over. Wait, am I in full screen mode? Is this why it's... Ah, hold on. Yes, I want to keep them settings. Theatres of War is going to be good when that comes out, so as soon as that gets released, I'm going to look forward to that.
Nearing next stop.
Can't remember what ship we got here. What does NBIS stand for? NBIS Terminal. New Babbage International. What is it? New Babbage International Space Terminal. What does it say there? Oh, New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport. NBIS.
Please use one of the conveniently located terminals.
Taking the 300i out. Nice.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
From
system.
all of us at Microtech, welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Alright, let's go get in our Vanguard Sentinel.
All New Babbage has to offer. Whether
Your
it's the
insurance
latest
claim
in
has been
cutting-edge
settled.
technology, or the beauty of our award-winning
So it was the
drama.
Anvil.
This city
What
of
did we have
tomorrow
here? New
has a lot
Babbage.
going on today.
Viva 400i maybe then. Yeah, it was a 400i that we took over here the other day. Okay. Okay.
Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation...
Oh wait, it didn't set to full screen mode, borderless mode. So we're just gonna switch out and go back to borderless.
From all of us at
There we
Microtech,
go. Now we've got what we
visit us
need, so I can tab out and it'll be
Goodbye.
fine.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
So I just hung fire.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the Nest's newly renovated accommodations, located downtown in the luxurious Aspire Grand. Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items. Ready to upgrade? Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of Microtech's latest offerings. Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
Please visit us again.
On ship availability
Goodbye.
and gate assignments, please use one of the conveniently located terminals. Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity. From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment. Be sure to
Hopefully
visit
it'll be
Babbage
here by now.
and Promenade.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. 30 seconds.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely a little bit
The
cold
Empire's
today.
leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
A little bit chilly. Best feeling inside.
Tired of travel?
Proper
Why
cold.
not rest at the Nest's newly
Coupling.
renovated accommodations, located downtown in the luxurious Aspire Grand. Rebel scum!
Alright. Let's go retrieve said ship.
Vehicle
Ready to
selected.
upgrade.
Stand by.
Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of
Your
Microtech's
vehicle has been
latest
delivered to the following location.
Your vehicle has been delivered to
visit
the
us again.
following location. How many people we got in this server right now? Because it's a very dead chat. 97.
Welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
What did I say? Hangar 7 was it? Oh no, hangar 4. Here she is, the beautiful thing. All right. Space pew pew time. Let's sort these weapons out. Request launch permission.
Yes, Commander.
You are clear to launch.
Oh, we got a red target down there. Mercury Star Rudder, that's
Thank you, and please visit again.
Wait, if we can we steal this ship? I'm gonna try to steal this ship. There's no way. Wait, can we steal this ship? No. No way that we're going to be able to do this. Holy crap, we're actually going to be able to steal the ship. No way. No way. Yo, what are you going to do? We stole his ship! As if we stole his ship! Oh, bless him. Is he inside up there? I feel kind of bad now. We just like literally steal his ship. trying to think. If we had somebody else online right now, we could literally have a little bit of a laugh with this. I genuinely don't know if anyone's on here with us. Does this have VTOL? Don't think it's got any sort of VTOL on it, but this is actually hilarious. He's gonna come back to and be like, "Where's my ship?" I feel bad. I actually feel really bad. I don't think anyone's going to claim the ship. Let's see what's happening for him. I don't even know what he's on about. Don't know whose ship this is. Okay, we just glitched out the front. That's hilarious. Alright, let's go selling and see what we got going on over there. And that, ladies and gents, is why you always lock your ship. Oh, wind. It blew me off the ramp. Ollie, let's go. We'll get over to selling. If we can. Let's just have a moment to just appreciate how beautiful this is. Look at it. It is an absolutely stunning game. Alright, onwards. Oh, where are you, players? I feel like Crusader area. 18. Engage jump. Oh. Engage jump.
Jumping jump.
Hopefully what we'll be able to do now is jump over to selling. Maybe not. We'll get over to normal Crusader atmosphere. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Crusader. Takes a little bit of a while to get over here, but we'll do it.
Fuel at 75%.
ASMR time, you know. Ready? A little bit. Not too much of a fizz. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. We've got some black grape. Fizzy juice, fizzy pop, and it is actually really nice. Actually, quite flavoursome. You're welcome if you have just joined the stream, by the way. We're just getting over to Crusader. We're nearly there, 9 million away.
Fuel at 50%.
Quickly do the Microsoft reward points while we're waiting. Oh, let's get out of Crusader. I think we can go over to yellow now. Not yellow, sorry, selling. Not, maybe not. One second, we're just gonna go speak with my mother.
Okay, thanks. You're clear to proceed.
Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. Just had a family call. So, hey, is Melody with you? Oh, it is a little bit chilly. Chilly. We had a crash, unfortunately, while we was away as well. Not as in me crashing my ship, but the game crashed itself. So we'll just go and call back in. How is everyone doing today anyway? Are we good? Brr. Very cold. Let's have a look at what other music we got. Okay, 1 second. Alright. We're just gonna go and get some other music on now. Where's the settings? Connected. Yeah. Very high. Default playlist will be cable bio. Where is it gone?